Good morning, Jim Barrett from RJO Futures in Chicago, Tuesday morning the 13th. Not a lot of news today, but we're in an environment where news could hit any time, of course, because the only really big news out there is how the politician's going to deal with the fiscal cliff. And some of these sound bites, some of these the release of different opinions about this are not necessarily on the calendar. Anyways, two things overnight had the notes of bonds higher, the risk off, both Greece, inability to come to any decision when to give them more money, and then of course what we just talked about, the fiscal cliff here. However, since there is nothing new about any of this, I mean, we're subject to range trading and kind of whipsaw trading, and the stocks have been able to find some bargain hunters this morning to bring them back near unchanged, and of course that has caused notes and bonds to rotate down ever so slightly. We've come a long way with the on the yield curve with the flattening, and that may slow up some buying also. The yields on the 10-year, which were pushing 169 last week, down to 158, 159 today. It's going to be tough to push lower than 155 on a near-term basis, unless possibly talks between the Republicans and the Democrats totally break down. Now, there were headlines overnight in the Financial Times. Wall Street Journal mentioned Romney advisor signals fiscal cliff resolution. In other words, this guy who was Glenn Hubbard big in the Romney camp came out sounding rather conciliatory with the administration about possibly the need for raising tax revenue, not marginal tax rates. I mean, this thing's going to go back and forth, obviously, back and forth. But it just signaled a tone where, maybe unlike a couple of weeks ago or before the election, maybe some agreement, will be reached on these things. And if it does, of course, there'll be some kind of fiscal drag because revenues most likely will be higher. Administration has signaled they won't stand for anything else. But some kind of resolution that makes sense, some kind of resolution that isn't too draconian, may actually make everybody feel better and just throw a little optimism there that may overwhelm the technical fiscal drag of whatever they agree to. So we'll have to wait for future events, obviously, for this. I could reach at 800-500-2461 to discuss any futures market. And remember, there's a risk of loss in futures trading. Thank you.